The second-generation, 2019 BMW X4 will be bigger than the original, growing 3.2 inches to measure 187 inches from bumper to bumper. It should also be bigger inside, with a 2.1-inch stretch in the wheelbase to 113. BMW has added an inch and a half to the overall width, as well. It's roughly the same height as before. Just 0.1 inch lower than the predecessor at the 64-inch roofline, but the overall theme is a more mature overall design, adopting the slightly hexagonal wheel arches of its larger siblings. The reborn X4 also comes with an optional 2.2-inch touchscreen display on the car key, great for showing off to casual acquaintances at the coffee shop. A technology that made its debut on the 7 Series. The key can be used to lock and unlock the car, close or open its windows or crank up the heating whenever it's not being used for an ostentatious display. When the next X4 arrives in October, it will do so with an array of powertrains, starting, at least in Europe, in xDrive 20i guise with a 2.0-litre, 4-cylinder producing 181 horsepower and all-wheel drive. It will top out with petrol and diesel versions wearing an M40 badge. The quickest of them, will be the X4 M40i, with its gasoline-fueled and turbocharged inline-six's 355 horsepower and 369 pound-foot, pushing it to 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. Like its predecessor, the M40i uses the same N55-coded engine as the M2, with the only significant change being a different oil system, on the assumption that it will see less track time than the little coupe. It has the same power and torque outputs as its predecessor, too, but somehow manages a tenth of a second improvement to 62 miles per hour, while being limited to the same 155 miles per hour top speed. BMW has yet to declare a weight for its fastest X4. But it's sharing the same architecture as the critically acclaimed new X3, so it could be up to 110 pounds lighter than its 4,056-pound predecessor. It's also supposed to be 10% better in aerodynamic efficiency, pulling the coefficient of drag down to 0.30, which BMW claims is class-leading. The turbodiesel M40i won't be a slouch, either, covering the same acceleration run in 4.9 seconds, just 0.1 seconds slower than the petrol-powered version. A far bigger difference between the two is the fuel consumption. The M40i uses 9.0 litres, 100 kilometers on the NEDC cycle, a tenth of a litre worse than its predecessor, while the M40i pulls that down to 5.4 litres, 100 kilometers. While those numbers won't easily convert to anything resembling a US MPG rating, it's easy to see how much more efficient the diesel will be. In Europe, BMW will launch the xDrive 25D as the next step diesel version. A third diesel wearing an xDrive 30D badge will arrive later. All of the powertrains use all-wheel drive, and all of them use 8-speed automatic transmissions. Added to that, everything beyond the entry-level models will have launch control, and they can all switch between Sport, Comfort and Eco Pro modes. BMW adds a sharper Sport Plus mode to the 6-cylinder models.